I'm basically here today to tell you the newest Rebecca Black album rules. Yeah, Rebecca Black of Friday fame. She rules now. So that's pretty much it. You can go. But if you want to hear about it, you know, how she came to rule now, I think it's a pretty interesting climb. Now, if you're not one of the millions of people who know and remember what happened in 2011, Rebecca Black experienced a truly horrifying moment at the age of 13 when a cute little pop song and music video her parents paid a production team to make her went inexplicably viral, extremely negatively, and became a huge focus of great ridicule to the masses. The song was called Friday. She didn't even write it or anything, she just picked it, being given 2 pre-written songs to choose between, then just sang it and starred in a video. Quick little prefab hustle making music videos for at least mildly affluent California kids. Happens all the time, no one really bats an eye. Though often cringy, maybe even some good experience. But Friday exploded. I'm not gonna cover the viral nightmare, there's plenty out there about that. But let's just say, rest assured that for 13-year-old Rebecca Black, this was like the you're on the school bus in your underwear nightmare turned up to 11 and completely real. She was in magazines like Rolling Stone and on TV shows like Tosh.0, was parodied endlessly and took just a massive public lashing. It was brutal.
My one wish is about to come true. I'm not stopping for you.
But there were signs Rebecca was pretty badass even then. Instead of having a public meltdown or disappearing for the rest of the year or forever or anything like that, she took it on the chin and even came out with a follow-up video called My Moment that same year. It's got a better production going on. It addresses the haters and vows to keep on dreaming. The song itself isn't anything special, it's got kind of a Radio Disney kid-songy kind of vibe, but it's a show of strength at a young age in front of a great and immediate adversity. Katy Perry also gave her a cameo in a video of hers that year called Last Friday Night, and she won a Teen Choice Award. She even made a few more videos over the next couple of years. Generally, even though she was notorious for Friday, some good people rallied around her, and she was making songs and keeping a game face and a positive mental attitude, and she was doing stuff. The next big move was in 2013 with the release of Saturday. If My Moment was an immediate reaction to the haters, Saturday was the more calculated response with a little bit of age, spry wisdom, and perspective. Again, you've got to step up in production values, and a little youthful maturity from our pop singer, really throwing down at a wild teenage party now with a bunch of cool, fun-loving, and somewhat alternative kids. Obviously, calling the song Saturday is still working heavily in the Friday phenomenon universe and extremely self-aware, but it gave her a feather in her cap by surpassing Friday in the actual US music charts, even if it was never the same viral online sensation. It's also not the greatest song in the world, but it does inspire a general feeling of, yeah, go get 'em, show 'em how it's done. Do your thing, come on, get happy. She was taking her power back. It's a positive moment, and I also think this ends the original Friday phenomenon era, with our singer fully standing up and dust it off. Then there were some quiet years. We don't get anything again until 2016 with the release of The Great Divide ahead of her 2017 EP Rebel. Like Rebecca Black and like Rebel, get it? At this point, we're in a whole new world. We've got a cinematic singer now. We've got some fuzzy synth hook ear candy that I will raise my hand and say, I like. Her voice is powerful and confident, and the lyrics really pull a double entendre of sorts, talking about washing her hands and turning her back and leaving someone behind. I mean, that's about relationships and love and stuff, but that's also a message to us, dear listeners, about where things currently stand at this moment in time, and where things are going. So yes, still self-aware, but facing forward. And considering we've got the fuzzy synth hook I like, and an empowering chorus and overall positive vibration, I'm kinda into where we might be going. There's a couple of other videos from the Rebel EP, and this thread runs through them. My curiosity is piqued. The Great Divide is the crossover. A couple more years roll by, and in 2019 we get the music video for Anyway. This is the first time I remember going, oh hey, Rebecca Black that made Friday is still making videos. I wonder what her stuff sounds like now. Whoa, it's kinda cool. Not in a Rebecca Black that made Friday did a good job making something cool way, but actually in a the part of me that likes fun pop music just kinda likes this kind of way.
Even though faith never goes our way, I'm gonna get to you anyway.
You've got a sweet, chill vocal hook, lots of production sounds that call to mind retro ear candy like Simmons drum pads, and arpeggiated 80s synths. You know, stuff that people who saw that movie Drive and fell deep into the soundtrack and then got real into synthwave go crazy for. I'm not saying this is a synthwave track, but those flavors, they're in there. And our star is confident and stylish and seems to be thriving. She's delivering a solid, somewhat sentimental and not oversold lead vocal, bouqueted with nice, lush vocal harmonies. It's an enjoyable mood to be hanging out in for 3 minutes. We're in good shape with Anyway. I wonder what could be coming next. Well, there's a few more songs in 2019 and 2020, but our next big gear shift happens in 2021 with the single Girlfriend ahead of her second EP, Rebecca Black Was Here. I feel like Girlfriend is the first time we reach real player in the real game status. The hook is great. It bounces around in my head long after the song has ceased. The track is full of life and vibrant. The video has lovely art direction, cinematography, hair, makeup, and most importantly, there's a synth solo that, you know, kind of sounds like the synths on Daft Punk's Digital Love. And I'm just a total sucker for that. But yeah, Girlfriend and the whole Rebecca Black Was Here EP is legitimately earwormy and welcome to me. All of this is so cool, I barely even feel inclined to mention that around this time in 2021, 10 years now beyond the Friday nightmare, that she actually did an updated new hyperpop version of Friday with Dylan Brady from 100 Gex producing, and it's fun and cool and everything, but ultimately, we can skip it because it's just novelty, and she's making good original music at this point.
I told you to move on.
So we're 10 years in, lots of singles, a couple of EPs, but finally in 2023 we get the first full-length album, Let Her Burn. I remember listening to it when it dropped and going, yeah, really cool. I knew she was onto something, that Rebecca Black. Then life got busy and I didn't give it any more spins until one day recently when I was like, I should take that good Rebecca Black full-length for a spin again. And it just smacked me in the face. Now the more I hit play, the more it translates. Quick aside, in 2014, a guy named David Rees, a humorist and then host of a television show called Going Deep with David Rees, released a self-made bootleg mashup album of Aphex Twin and Taylor Swift called Aphex Swift. It's Aphex Twin songs with Taylor singing her songs mashed atop them. And it works insanely well. I still can't believe this guy who isn't even a music guy made it. You can still find it on the Internet Archive, and I suggest you do. Anyway, all this is to say that on Let Her Burn, we're kind of going beyond the hints of synthwave and electronica we've recently heard and getting into hyperpop territory, and it all comes together in a way that calls to my mind the blissful juxtapositions of Aphex Swift. Now, I'm not a big hyperpop aficionado. I'm a dumbass who just likes Aphex Twin, and especially when she's singing over Aphex Twin, Taylor Swift. In short, that is to say, just cool electronic pop crossovers. That being said, for me, the sonic terrain of Let Her Burn is refreshing, exciting, fun, and tasty. This single, sick to my stomach, full of shimmery, glimmery style and retro vibe, doesn't even showcase the full-on sonic frenzies of some of the album tracks, like Erase You. Or Destroy Me. Suffice it to say, more than a decade later now, Rebecca Black is making music I genuinely enjoy that has nothing to do with Friday, or the fact that she was the person who made Friday or anything. Yeah, maybe I know who she is because of that nightmare, but that actually kind of gets us to this final thing here. You'll see some takes talking about Rebecca Black's rise from the ashes or a rebirth or whatever. I even think the title of her album, Let Her Burn, is referencing that very metaphor. Now look, I really just want to make one main point here. When Friday went viral, everyone said it was so terrible. It was branded the worst song ever. But what it really actually exactly was is what a very talented and awesome musician sounds like at 13 years old. You know, when they're a kid, just having fun for the very first time, exploring their gift in its most elemental form. She was just a little fledgling. And just to make sure my point is clear, that makes it the exact opposite of what everyone made it out to be. Friday is a very good artist at a very young age. That's just what that sounds like. That's all. And the world is just cynical and mean and insane. Sure, there are child prodigies, and sure, Friday the song was just some dreck thrown together by a production team, but come on, stay with me here. What were you doing at 13? There was no rise from the ashes. There were no ashes to begin with. The world burned in effigy. And for Rebecca herself, the human being, it's all just good old-fashioned, real human evolution.
And now I'm